Welcome to our Sunday Dharma talk with the Venerable Khenpo Tenzin. We will start this afternoon in our Yellow Drikung Kagyu, or Yellow Garchen Institute prayer book on page 1. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. All mother sentient beings, limitless as space, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and omniscience, may they experience happiness, be free from suffering, and swiftly may they attain precious, unsurpassed, perfectly complete enlightenment. For that purpose, until I attain Buddhahood, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Until death, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. From today until this time tomorrow, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. I take refuge in the Buddhas until I attain the essence of awakening. Likewise, I take refuge in the Dharma and in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. Just as the Buddhas of the past gave rise to bodhicitta and progressed along the Bodhisattva's path, so shall I give rise to bodhicitta for the benefit of all beings and practice the stages of the Bodhisattva's path. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Until awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, limitless as space, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. An infinite array of worlds, each with 4 continents and the wealth of infinite oceans of realms. If I bring them all to mind and offer them without exception, please hold with compassion all the beings they contain. My body, enjoyments, and whatever I own, my aggregates, elements, and sense sources, my aspirations now and in times to come, as well as everything I grasp as mine, by offering them all, may I be blessed with the end of self-grasping. Completely liberated from the bounds of the real and unreal, transcending the names and concepts of arising, cessation, and abiding, coming and going, affirmation and denial, the supreme mandala is the natural state. By offering it, may I be blessed to attain the state of Buddhahood. Om Guru Deva Dakini Ratna Mandala Pratishta Swaha. Namo. To the Guru, the utter purity of all appearance and existence, I offer all appearance and existence arisen as the primordial ground. I supplicate you, may the three realms be completely liberated. Please grant blessings to empty samsara from its depths. Lord, with five omniscient wisdoms, crown ornament, kind one with loving nature, precious protector of beings, heart of all Buddhas, inexpressible by words or thought, I supplicate you from the core of my mind. Bless me from within the state of Dharmata. Bless me to realize this mind, primordially pure and unborn as the unfathomable Dharmakaya. Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the greater and lesser vehicles and the teachings common to both according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings.
Tashidele as this prayer says, in this prayer says, please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the greater and lesser vehicles and the teachings common to both according to the dispositions and mental capacities of sentient beings. We all have a precious opportunity to talk about Dharma, listen, Dharma, practice, meditate on Dharma. This is precious, and this is so great merit, the result of great merit. Today, our topic is, our Dharma talk is bring happiness onto the path. Actually, we are in the samsara, so we have different suffering, different kinds of suffering. We all have many experiences according to our grasping and other afflictive emotions. We experienced many kinds of suffering. This is the nature of samsara, but still we can bring happiness onto the path. Especially our Dharma practitioners. We have to take happiness onto the path. Why? Because since we became Sangha, since we become practitioner, we are antidote of suffering. That you should identify by yourself. You often think, oh, I am the antidote of my suffering. I am the antidote of all mother sentient beings' suffering. I am the medicine of all mother sentient beings' illness of suffering. This thinking or this kind of a perception is useful. It benefits us a lot. So number one, if we think, if we bring happiness onto the path, I think it is true. We can do it because we are actually special people. Because suffering is invisible thing, but according to our wisdom, bodhicitta, and other Dharma methods, we can purify these invisible and deep sufferings. Deep suffering. For instance, Yogi Milarepa, he lost his family, he lost his possessions because of kindness of his uncles and aunt. And then he lost his parents, and then he lost his birthplace. That means he left from his birthplace, right? He spent his life, the area of a very solid or remote place. It's like a virtual and some wild animal. He was like a wild animal. He has no double blanket, of course, because he did not have one blanket. He has no like this throne. He has no house. But he was taking happiness onto the path always. That's where he became famous, spiritual singer. He always sang. So that's where he said that we all have the 7 royal positions, the 7 auspicious royal positions. So then, how to be happy is we don't want to be happy like, let me use this, stupidly. We are going to be happy and enjoy with the Dharma wisdom. And we look at oneself, what I have, Number one, we have faith. If we little improve or we little be mindful on there, we have faith. We know how to devotion to the Guru and to the 3 jewels and Dharma. So that's where the Yogi Milarepa said that the faith is jewel of will, precious of will. So which means you have the will means is the like a everybody knows will, right? Will means just what is it called? It's rolling or spinning. So your faith is like that. So day in and day night, you practice through your faith. If you do that, and then in this prayer say, as this prayer says, I will apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue. Here says under death, but under enlightenment. Really. So this kind of a faith or devotion in Guru, in three jewels, is not easily found. If you try to find it from three spheres of the world, you cannot find it. You cannot buy it. But it comes from your wonderful karma. In previous life, you accumulated wonderful karma. So now you see Guru and you heard Dharma and you have opportunity to Dharma. This is devotion arise from your mind, in your mind. As Gamboba said, the enlightenment, the cause of enlightenment is Buddha nature. So that we have that. If that cause will ripen, well mutual, there needs some condition, which is Guru. For instance, right now we have wonderful Guru. His Eminence Garchi Rinpoche. Right now I'm talking about Milarepa, but Milarepa is older than us, few decades, years, more than 100 years. But His Eminence Garchi Rinpoche is with us. We can touch, we can speak, we can listen directly his teaching. So can you make happy by yourself? Because of His Eminence Garchi Rinpoche is your Guru, your root Guru. Or if you have some feeling, you have some feeling, that is also so great karma. So you have such a wonderful two things, two precious things, which are Guru and the Buddha nature. And then you have another thing, which is instruction. You have in your mind as Buddha nature, His Eminence Garchi Rinpoche is here, nothing to speak between you, then still you need to take time to become enlightened. But His Eminence Garchi Rinpoche gives teaching almost day in and day night. So look, watch, close your eyes and think. In this world, how many sentient beings? Do they have that opportunity? Okay, animals, this wild and the domestic animals, maybe they don't have. But 7 billion people, do they have that? No more, no more. So that's where you are special. If you are special, then you need to know it. You have special nature, which is Dharma, Buddha nature, Dharmakaya. Sooner or later, we can call it Dharmakaya. You little bit work on there. You little purify something. And then we are ready to call Dharmakaya. Right now we say Dharmakaya, Dharmakaya, where is Dharmakaya? Here, and make little purify. Little efforts to purify. Make little effort to purify it. If you do this, then result is enlightenment. So according to other animals, you are nearby the door of Buddha's stage. All mother sentient beings equally have Buddha nature, but they need to take more years to purify their emotional defilements. But you did a lot. You did wonderfully. That's where right now you are the next nearby the door of Buddha Dharmakaya's stage. Because you have everything. Gampopa is principle of Kagyu lineage. Marpa is a scholar. Milarepa is famous. But main thing is Gampopa. If you know Gampopa did not come in this world. Kagyu tradition is not easy to remain until now like a sunshiny. Because he is a heart son, disciple of Milarepa, and he is a wonderful scholar, amazing scholar. That's why he collected all Buddha's 84,000 scriptures. Among them, he found these few things. I mean, he picked up these few things. Number one, you have precious human life. Number two, you have precious guru. Number three, you have precious guru's instruction. And then number four, you will repent or you will ready to become Buddha. If you practice on there. So that's where right now I'm saying something. These things are I don't create, but I am talking the reality. The real, you have them. We have them. So, according to the samsara, it is very possible we have had and we will have or we have different facing problems. This is the nature of samsara. But we have to change our focus. we have to change. Focus means we don't focus too much on that, only that suffering. Oh, this is so heavy, this is so difficult. Don't think. Of course, when you focus others, it's good. You notice it, the other people and other animals, they have sufferings. Then you generate compassion. You don't ignore them. Oh, it's possible, it's possible. This is a little misunderstand. Don't think like that. But when you turn your mind towards you, and then you have to think. So it this right now what we have is real precious. So then we can be happy, right? You don't want to ask, can you borrow me your faith? All right? It's just you can make. Oh, today's weather is not good, so my faith cannot work. There's no excuse really. Whether weather is good or bad. Anywhere. There are lots of sound, noisy, right? Noisy or noisy. That's where my faith runs away. It's impossible. So your faith is always with your mind. That's where Yoga Milarepa says, turn your faith day in and night. So that's where you have precious will. Then second is, first is the precious will. Second is the precious gem, right? Gem. Oh, thank you. Precious gem. So, Yogi Milarepa said that you have precious gem of wisdom. So it is wish fulfilled gem. So it will accomplish your wish, and it will accomplish others' wish. So this wisdom is not with only some Buddhas. This wisdom is with us. So you carefully watch at your mind. Communicate by yourself. Do I have the wisdom? The wisdom means Dharma wisdom. So the wisdom has two kinds of wisdom. One is Dharma wisdom and other is mundane wisdom. Mundane wisdom is also helpful, you know. You know how to cook. And you know how to eat. You know how to keep good health. They are mundane wisdom. So mundane wisdom is really helpful. If mundane wisdom is helpful, then of course Dharma wisdom. You know, so Dharma wisdom is how smart, how amazing. For instance, Dharma wisdom make suffering, happiness. Do you understand what I mean? If you are suffering, according to your Dharma wisdom, you can turn that suffering into happiness. This is the power of your Dharma wisdom. Actually, we said in the Dharma instructions, there's no different between samsara and nirvana. If you notice the nature of samsara, we call it nirvana. So that means wisdom. It's depending your wisdom, Dharma wisdom. According to Dharma wisdom, lots of problems we can purify. According to Dharma wisdom, we can do lots of benefit to others and oneself. So this Dharma wisdom is precious gem. So this Dharma wisdom, right now we have this Dharma wisdom. If you know the value of Dharma wisdom, only focus on there, I think we now need other more things for the sake of happiness in this samsara. Actually, everything's are depending with your mind, right? Everything's are depending your mind. And then Milarepa said that the jewel of the precious queen, right? Queen. These among the seven the precious jewels. This is, I think, third is precious queen. So the discipline is the best decoration, best ornaments. If you, whether you are monastic or not, we all have discipline, because we all under the law of karma. So discipline means you have to keep your body, speech and mind. Keep it does not mean you don't work, don't speak, don't act. It means you focus, be mindful when you act, when you speaking, when you thinking, reflecting something. Be mindful. There's no other than the discipline. Yeah. So queen, why we call it queen? Because queen is, we said it's beautiful, and then this the the yes discipline. Discipline is best ornaments or best decoration. And also, this is the fundamental of all things, uh, all the virtues, all the virtue. Uh, for instance, eating, when we are eating, when we are talking, when we are sitting, always be mindful. Be mindful, it has different levels. First, you just acknowledge, right? Just you acknowledge. Its benefit is when you sit, it will not harm to you. When you are stand up, you acknowledge. When you are speaking, acknowledge. There are lots of benefit, but the main thing is bodhicitta, on the bodhicitta. Be mindful on bodhicitta means uh, we have to connect our mindfulness and bodhicitta. When we wake up early morning, whether you are wake up early morning or uh, whenever, you should commitment. Or today I'm going to practice on bodhicitta as much as possible. Just your commitment. It is nice as much as possible. I don't mean 24 hours or so. And then if you steps working on somewhere 10 steps, if you cannot be mindful on bodhicitta continuously, it's okay. It's okay. But among 10 steps, try to one moment arise bodhicitta. Only mindfulness helps you if you focus on that. If you 10 steps, your 10 steps, among these 10 steps, if you cannot arise bodhicitta, 1 hour, in a 1 hour, or the one day has, for example, morning to until lunch, try to one time, try to arise bodhicitta in one time. After 12 to 6, between there, try to arise bodhicitta one time. If you have bodhicitta, then all elements gods, even though hungry ghosts, they love you, they will not harm you. Sometimes we have, oh, some ghost harms me, sometimes we have some strange dreams, and sometimes we have some obstacles. Really, you practice bodhicitta. This is the best way to remove these obstacles. Because yes, sometimes it's very possible some kind of some dead people, right? Somebody died and their constitution is wandering. They have connect with you and something happened. You can see some strange things. Sometimes you can hear strange things. You generate bodhicitta. You generate bodhicitta, then these hunger ghost and elements ghost, they cannot harm you. This is the best protection. And bodhicitta is the best protection. Sometimes you cannot be patient. Not all, I mean, not always related the ghost and something. Sometimes your friends or sometimes somebody harms you, destroys you, and then sometimes you are very difficult to be patient. Then you don't try to efforts to be patient. At that time, you try to arise bodhicitta. When your mind is become transformed into peaceful, then others harm action is a condition of your bodhicitta, and then you can be more patient with them. Right now, I'm saying it, and it is very possible. Sometimes there are many distractions in your daily life. At that, you should try to do that. Then this is very nice, very good experience. Don't wait for answers next year or somewhere. Right, in the daily life. Oh, he said that I will try, whether he is knowledgeable or whether he is a great practitioner or not. What he said that, but I will try. If you do that in the daily life, then increase your bodhicitta increase, your patience increase. That's where the benefit is your, right. Then actually I'm not sure this the jewel of minister of state among 7 precious jewels. Minister, the king and the minister, right? Minister. So then this is the concentration, meditation. So meditation is the very great to accumulate merit. Meditation is that's where Milarepa said, if you are going to accumulate merit, two kinds of merit. One is accumulating the merit, and accumulate merit of its ultimate merit. Ultimate merit means you realize the nature. For instance, when you meditate, you stay with home. Today we are going to meditate on this. You meditate on the home, and then you rest or relax on non-duality. That is ultimate merit. That accumulate ultimate merit. Ultimate merit means that merit will never ending, never exhaust, never finish. It's like a space. Relative, I think it's called relative merit. These are after ripening some result, and then it's well finished. So, and then jewel of elephant or the precious elephant. That means the actually maybe this is I'm not sure, but I just use this word, the embracement. Embracement means usually embracement or shame or shy, these are little negative, right? But some case we need what? Oh, I'm a Buddhist. For instance, when you are travel some places, and if you sit on the one chair, You are young. You sit on the chair of a bus. In the bus, in that bus crowd, are lots of people. If there was some old people come inside the bus, you already get the seat, right? But that old person or people, they don't have that seat. And then you suddenly think, oh, if I'm sit, I sit, I let stand up these old people, then I'm shame or shy. I'm shy or embarrassed because I'm Buddhist, because I'm the practitioner of compassion, the Buddhista. Because I often says others before self. So that's where then you give this opportunity to offer this opportunity to others, right? So that's why in the many cases, if nobody see you are by yourself, there's some bugs or insects coming, insects come there in front of you. If you can kill it, nobody see it. But then you think, oh, I'm a practitioner of karma, Buddhism, Buddha Dharma. That's where if I kill this bug, then I embraced. So that's where you take responsibility of Buddhism. You take responsibility of Buddhism, it means you can lot of take responsibility. You practice more through karma, under the law of karma. So then Dharma will remain. Dharma remains people's mind, right? So Dharma will remain in your mind, or Dharma will remain in your mind or not. You watch in your mind. When you are angry, at that time it's hard to say Dharma remains in your mind. But if you are great practitioner of anger, I mean, at that moment you realize the anger is the wisdom of mirror, and then it's all good if anger arises in the mind. But not all, I just give example, bring one of emotion. Otherwise, there are any kind of emotions, right? So elephant is very strong and can carries a lot of things. Similarly, if you are practiced under the law of karma, then you can carry 84,000 of scriptures in your shoulder or in your mind, right? That's where it says that. And then Supreme Street, King of Horse. Hopefully you will understand. I'm quite not sure exactly, but it's not big deal if you don't know the real these seven species one by one. But these are little metaphor. But the main thing what you should need is diligence. When you practice Dharma, you need diligence. Buddha say, nothing to practice any non-virtue. You practice all of Dharma, virtues. You practice all of virtue. Rang semne yung sundar, tame your mind. This is the this is the Dharma. This is the Buddhism. Buddha said that. But then Buddha explained more. through 6 perfections, 6 Panchaparamadas, right? Among them, diligence is number 4, fourth. So concentration and wisdom are number 5 and 6. Generosity, discipline, and patience are number 1, 2, 3. So these 5 perfections combine through diligence. And also diligence combine samsaric good activities and dharma activities. It's combine, connect. So diligence is very important. So diligence or effort. When we are practice dharma, if we don't enough diligence, then it is very difficult to accomplish. And it is very difficult to accomplish successfully. So Yogi Malarepa in 12th century, he successfully accomplished according to his diligence. And right now we have lots of tankas. These tankas are not just a picture, right? But the reality is they are same like us. They came in the samsara, and then they practice. Not only one day, not only 2 days. And some of them practice life to life. Right now our Buddha is here, so he practiced thousands of lives. But he never lose his diligence. He practiced diligently. And when we, how much we have diligent, so Tibetan says, that means diligent person, they can make a hole on the stone by their finger. I just plus finger, but it's actually that means that the finger, I think, finger or hand. For example, Je Tsongkhapa, he practiced mandala with just regular stone, and he make many holes. He made many holes on the stones. Really, so diligent. Zundji means that. Zundji means diligent person. Do means stone. Ekong means hole. Mba means make. No, right? Zundji dola kamba. Shirabjin jo drodong chin jo. Shirabjin. If you don't have diligence, then you are the wisdom person. It's like a Dharma wisdom, whether you are a Dharma wisdom person. Drodong means empty bag. Chinchok means hold the arm under your arm. Keep it here. That means inside nothing. If you have empty box or empty bag, if your diligence work well, then you can put there lots of money or lots of jewels and something like that. The main thing is you have wisdom, and then you efforts because of your diligence, and then you collect all Dharma instructions, and then you will become Buddha. So it means that. So diligent is a principle. Then why it says like a king of horse? The horse is recently we have many vehicles. Otherwise, in Tibet, before, especially nomadics, they use horse. So horse is very important wherever you go, wherever you travel. So then if you diligence, the diligently conquer, diligently purify afflictive emotions, emotional defilements, and then you will arrive the pure land of selflessness. When you arrived pure land of selflessness, then there is no what? No suffering. Even though we have a small grasping, if we have a strong grasping or small grasping, when you have a strong grasping, you have strong suffering. You have a small suffering, you have small grasping, you have small suffering. I give you one example. In Tibet, before some village, some Tibetans just stay one family in the one area, but some of Tibetans live maybe 8 family, 10 family, 15 family together in the one place. Then Tibetan people make tsampa. We make tsampa because tsampa is main food. Then we have barley and we toast, right? Toasted barley. There's what we call pen. So one family only one. No other family. Maybe there was. This is actually a little bit story, but there has probably 15 or some more families gathering together in the one area, and the only one family has that. That's where then they borrow land. Borrow, right? One by one. That's where then they always know each others. They have very good relationships. Very good relationship. Because they need to ask each others. And then slowly one family, two family has pens, right? 3, 4, 5, then all family has the pens. And then they don't want to ask each others. Then they just keep grasping oneself, right? And then it's hard to keep relationship, even though, because they are independently stay. So that's where the first grasping is only one pen, and then they're grasping, they have almost like a one grasping. But then if next there are 15 pens, and then they have a kind of 15 graspings. So then they lose the harmony and lose some, even though then slowly hard to know each other's. I mean, it's not how much relation over here. I'm quite not sure, but I'm trying to say, if we have lots of things, then we have lots of grasping, right? And then we have lots of worry, lots of sufferings. For that reasons, selflessness is very. The selflessness is a fundamental of happiness, but the selflessness just cannot arise in the mind naturally. So it is depending cause and the condition. So then the cause and the conditions are, I already mentioned, these other precious things. So all of these precious things exist or exist in our mind. especially if these material things, if you have real jewel or real some kind of elephant or real things, still you have to do a lot for them, right? You have to feed them, you have to give water, you lots of to do, but all of these precious things are inside of your mind. That's why you don't want to feed them water. They don't drink water. So it's very easy for you to keep, and so already you have precious things. Oh, precious things, really, we have these so amazing precious things. And then why we keep unhappy? So we ask, we communicate oneself, especially sometimes we have different challenges. Then you should meditate. At that you try to long breathe and relax. Sometimes it's very good, but sometimes, I mean, you do it. Of course, this is wonderful. If you, if your long breath and you try to sit quietly, it's difficult to purify these sufferings or challenges, and then you uh, bring you focus on the your auspicious things one by one, step by step, right? So that is according to our Dharma practitioner, we can make happy oneself. Mm. And then if you are not Dharma practitioner, if you are not Dharma practitioner, still you can make happy by yourself. Actually, they are related with your wisdom and so on. For instance, of course, in the samsara, in the human life, also, it's possible many challenges, many difficulty situations occur, but sometimes you compete with someone, especially when you are suffering. Number one, you have two legs. Wherever you go, you can. So you should be happy with only that. And then two arms. You can do lots of things through your two arms, two hands. And you compete with some others. If you were that what is called discipline, this somebody has no arms and something like that, right? No legs, no arms. It's a disable. Disable. If you were that person, then what should you do, right? So think like that. If you are not suffering, be careful. When you are not suffering, you have no challenge. At that time, you don't learn too much about your physical things because it will cause of your pride. But when you have some problems, difficult situations, then you think, okay, no, I can hear by my ears clearly. So you should be happy by yourself. Your eyes can see clearly. If you are a blind person, what? Then how much suffering, really? And only one day, if you will not sick, you keep happy. You do remember about these things. You can think, oh, this is the kindness of God, or this is kindness of your karma, or this is kindness of your parents, even though by yourself. You took care of by yourself, right? And then the good result. You have good result. And also you have plenty of food. plant water, or you have many kinds of tea, kinds of tea. So you see, for example, people actually it's okay because of grasping. Before this pandemic comes, 2018, 2017, everybody can travel wherever they go. They can do lots of things. At that time, they did not feel happy. And then the pandemic blocked everything. Then, then hard. Oh, then I would like to go somewhere. I would like to something. So that's where when we have good things, we try to enjoy with them. Especially Dharma, you should enjoy with Dharma in each and every single word, Dharma words learned or heard or noticed. You mm, uh, should be enjoy. You should be enjoy. So enjoy is the enjoy. Um, you can create enjoy the way of your thinking, your reflecting. If you are enjoy, then you will have good health, right? So right now we all say health is very important. The health is the physical health and the mentally health, health of mind. So mm, sometimes we have if we are happy, I think, let me say this, if we are usually peaceful, happy, and then this in our body has many insects of insects of disease, they cannot effect to your body, cannot effect to your life, because of your power of your happiness. If we are talking about Vajrayana ways, when you are happy, when you are your mind is bodhicitta, thousands of insects on your body, their mind become bodhicitta. So they will not harm to you. If they have to uh, against, or they have to protect, or they have to fight some kind of different viruses, they can do it strongly. So think like that, right? No, um, yeah. In our daily life, we try to be happy, especially uh, we turn our focus towards oneself, and then look or watch good things what you have, and then you be happy with them. And then when you focus others, and then if someone have good knowledge or good job or good thing, then you should rejoice them. When you are rejoiced, you are happy. And when you see some others sufferings and problems difficult, then don't be happy. Of course, you generate more compassion, bodhicitta, and then they will become cause of your bodhicitta and compassion. That's where again you can tell them, you can say them, thank you. Always you can keep kindness of them. Okay, thank you very much. And if you have time, then we will meditate on Hung. Okay, thank you very much. O chan chu sen chu ren bo che ma che ba nan chi jor che che ba nyan ba me ba yang Kwang ne gong dun pe war shuo.
May bodhicitta, the precious mind and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher.